Hi there, this is Sharij and welcome to Swell School. First of all, let me give you an introduction about what this program is all about. Briefly speaking, the goal of this training and placement program is to help freshers or students to get a placement in the IT sector as a web developer or a full stack or front-end developer. As you know, we are going through a tough time where getting placements in IT companies are not easy as it was a few years before. But it doesn't mean that it is impossible to get a good placement in a reputed company these days. There is a big gap between what you know already and what the companies are actually expecting from you. So our primary goal is to bridge this gap between your knowledge and the company's expectations. Now, let's see how this program works. As I mentioned before, we are focusing on a particular segment in IT sector. That means we have a lot of opportunities in IT sector. You can get a placement as a developer or a tester or DevOps engineer, even as a data analyst or a security engineer. Like that, we have so much options in the IT segment. But in this program, we are solely focusing on the placements in the development sector as a front-end or a full-stack developer. Now, let's see how this program is different from the other training and placement programs. The main difference is that it is a futuristic program. So what do you mean by futuristic? If you want to get into a company, then the most practical way is look towards the future. Understand the changes that are happening in the area of full stack or web development. And as I say the changes, we are living in a time it is not same as 2 years or 3 years before. And the one major change is we have artificial intelligence that is shaping the future of development. It doesn't mean that we are going to lose our jobs. It just means that we need to think in a different way. So we need to incorporate the latest technologies into our knowledge base, and this is the most practical way in which you can stand out from the rest. So now let us see what are the technology stacks that we are focusing in this placement program. Our primary focus is to get a placement in full stack development where JavaScript meta frameworks are used. Now the question comes, what are these JavaScript meta frameworks and why this is very much important? The simple answer is this is one technology stack that is getting a continuous growth in demand. That means the requirement for JS meta frameworks developers are increasing day by day, but we don't have too much of developers out there who are expertised in JavaScript meta frameworks. If you can expertise in this particular technology stack, your chances of getting a placement in a reputed company will be very high. And this knowledge will also help you to stand out from the rest. Now it's time to have a look at what exactly we do to help you. We are in a process of building connections and networks with the companies who are using JavaScript meta frameworks. It includes not only the companies that are currently using this technology stack, but also the companies who are planning to change their technology stack to this particular JavaScript meta frameworks. So our primary goal is to help you to get a placement in such companies. And how do we do that? And what are the process that is involved in this placement program? That is what we are going to see next. In this placement program, we follow a 4-step procedure. The first step is the assessment of your current knowledge. You can be a fresher who has just passed out from your college and looking for a job, or even it is possible that you are already a developer who already has experience in the JavaScript meta frameworks. So the first important thing is to understand your current knowledge level. After that, we will be able to suggest you the next steps for you. Based on your current knowledge level, there can be different scenarios that can happen. Let us see what these scenarios can be. The first scenario is you are already a developer who have experience in JavaScript meta frameworks like Next.js or SvelteKit or Next.js, don't worry about these terminologies. These are the JavaScript meta frameworks that are used these days, and there will be more coming also, but the basic principles of all these frameworks will be the same. So if you are a developer who already have experience in any of these JavaScript meta frameworks, then we will be able to help you directly. That means we will be able to connect you with a company where any of the JavaScript meta framework requirements are there, and you won't be needed too much of training as you already have experience in this particular technology stack. So this is the scenario number one. That is, you already are expertised in this framework, and now you can directly go to the interviews and see what happens next. Okay. The second scenario is you are good with any of the Node.js based full stack development stacks. That means mean stack or MERN stack. Okay, if you already have experience in any of these stacks, it is very easy for you to learn JavaScript meta frameworks. In this case, we will provide a crash training program or a very short-term training program on JavaScript meta frameworks, and we will choose SvelteKit as our fundamental framework, and later you will be able to learn Next.js. And this is the second scenario where you have experienced in any of the Node.js based full stack development stack. So here comes the third scenario. The third scenario is you already familiar with web development, and you also know front-end frameworks like React.js or Vue.js or Angular, but you don't have experience in full stack development using Node.js. Like you don't know anything about MERN stack or mean stack, but you are very good with front-end frameworks and front-end development with Angular or React. In this case, what we do is we will have a training program that covers the basics of Node.js and the basics of full stack development using Node.js, and also you will get explored about database and integrating database with Node.js, and after that you will be getting training on the JavaScript meta frameworks. Here also we will choose SvelteKit as our framework, and once you know and understand SvelteKit, you will be able to learn and understand any other frameworks like Next.js. So here comes the fourth scenario, and this is you are relatively new to web development. You just know the basics of HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and you don't know anything in depth, and you don't have much idea about front-end frameworks like React.js or Angular. You just have a very brief idea about web development, and you just have some basic knowledge and basic understanding in JavaScript, HTML and CSS. And this scenario is a little bit time-taking scenario where first you need to learn the basics of HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and then you need to learn a UI framework, a component-based framework like React or Svelte, and after that you need to know the basics of Node.js and full stack development, and then you have to learn the concept of JavaScript meta frameworks. This is a little bit long-term journey, but if you are willing to put efforts and if you are willing to be committed and dedicated, and we have a program that can help you to learn from the very basics to the JavaScript meta frameworks full stack development. So in which scenario you belong to is based on your current knowledge levels and current understanding about web development. Practically speaking, this program starts with a 1-hour interview with you. It is just to understand your current knowledge level, not to judge you, but to help you. Based on your current knowledge, we will be able to assist you and guide you to the next steps. Once again, welcome to Svelte School. Hope we are going to have a good time together. That's all for now. See you later.